Can I say something? Are you ready for it? Part 2, Gaylor debate.
If you haven't heard part 1, go listen to that now and then come back to this.
It'll all make sense.
We're so excited.
Enjoy.
Love you.
Jack Antonoff loves to out Taylor. If anyone's outing Taylor,
It's Jack.
go talk to Mr. Antonoff. To me, one of the most compelling pieces of
What's
Gaylor
going on with you
Mr.
guys?
Frog and Toad.
Oh,
sit.
speaking of Gaylor. We're sober too. No one knows that about us.
We're just little girls ultimately playing with our dolls. Taylor Swift is our doll. If I met someone and they'd never heard of Gaylor and I could only say like one thing to them, I think this wouldn't be the only thing, but it'd be top 5. Mr. Jack Antonoff once went on a podcast and the podcast person said, what was it? He was like, what, Taylor Swift isn't coming into the studio talking about getting pounded the night before? And Jack was like, no, I love working with women, specifically gay women. That's how it went. And then the guy went, wait, is Taylor Swift gay? And then Jack goes, no, I work with other queer people such as, and then he listed those 2 girls who I never know their names.
Do you think it is maybe just a neurodivergent brain? Like, I think he was just listing stuff. Like, I love working with Taylor. I love working with gay women.
Maybe.
Because I feel like I would really, not that I'm neurodivergent, but I think I would say something like that. Like, in a list, I would just.
I don't think you would.
You think?
If someone was like, Maul doesn't come over talking about dick, I wouldn't be like, no, I love having friends, especially gay friends. I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, no, she's straight, but she's not always talking about men.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just thought that was a weird thought process, and this is super unrelated, but I have to say it. Every time I listen to It's Time to Go, which we all know I love that song, I always thought it was a really interesting thought process, the way she wrote, the words of a sister come back in whispers and prove they were not, or whatever. And then the next thing is when he's insisting that friends look at each other like that. Why was she thinking about Carly and then thinking about someone insisting that friends look at each other like that? I don't know. I don't know. Thought process.
No, this is where I start. I'm completely on your side now.
Really?
I've lost yeah. I knew this was going to happen.
No, but you aren't. The Jack thing, what were you going to say about the Jack podcast? You told me you had something to say.
Oh, it was. I don't know why I say that. I'm always, every time I text you, I'm like, I have so much to tell you.
She literally was like, don't forget to say the Jack Antonoff podcast because I have a really good rebuttal.
The rebuttal was, what if he was just listing things?
Oh,
sorry.
that was the rebuttal.
Yeah.
I guess.
I always really build things up to you. Have you
and
noticed?
I like that.
Even this morning, I texted you, I have so much to tell you.
Yeah, and I was like, what is it? Or that story, like this crazy thing I read.
Yeah.
And I interrupted you and I was like, I'm sure you have more to say. You're like, no, that was literally it.
But anytime anything happens, I'm like, I need to tell Madeline.
I'm the same way though.
I'm like,
and
I
I love that about
upload
us.
my USB to your hard drive.
Ooh. See, and if Taylor and Carly said that,
Oh my god,
people would be
they
like
never.
linking strap-ons. It'd be insane. They'd be Googling a strap-on called like hard drive. It'd be a whole thing.
That's the thing, is if anyone talks or writes enough, you can
make it gay.
Yeah.
But something that's very fascinating to me is no one is saying that Lorde, that fucking Gracie Abrams, that Sabrina Carpenter, no one is saying these people are gay.
Sabrina had the whole thing where people were like, she's so straight, and then she made out with
Jenna Ortega, but then she put out that lyric was like, the Lord forgot my gay awakening. Guys, I think my special interest, like, I know the pop girly lore so deep.
So you're so
I don't
good
know
at it.
anything else.
That's not true. But okay, I follow a Gaylor account that I think it's time to maybe unfollow because it's becoming all a bit too much for me personally. But they started recently analyzing Sabrina Carpenter's lyrics in the same way, and they were like, Lord forgot my gay awakening, so maybe she like had one experience with a woman, but like that
doesn't make sense. If Taylor put out a lyric that said the Lord forgot my gay awakening, I would say the hetlors win. That's a straight woman.
But even Sabrina, because then they were like, why did she want to kiss Jenna in the music video? And they were talking about how, at her concert, she like is like, oh, that person's so hot, called the police on them. But she did it to a girl, and they were like, that's so bi. Because
it made that woman's day. She was a cute little girl.
Yeah,
like,
and yeah, you should be doing it to girls. Girls are beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It all becomes
There's also
a bit
not
too
a lot
loud.
of men there, and when they are, they're probably with their girlfriend, and she
Yeah.
probably doesn't want to do that to the girl.
And also, the girls are probably way more excited about it. A man would be like, okay.
Exactly.
A girl, it would make her fucking year.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I was just gonna say something, and I forget. Oh, not to out you, But earlier we were
I'm scared.
earlier we were talking about this, and you were like, yeah, and people are erasing straight girls who like to kiss their friends.
I stand by that. And I actually fully stand by that.
No, and I stand by that too, because what I wrote in my little secret notes app is I actually would argue that kissing your friends is a straight thing, because I never kissed my friends growing up because I was nervous.
And it's like,
for
what
you
does
to be
this
so
mean?
Comfortable giving your friends a little peck on the lips.
That's true.
Straight.
That is so true.
Because I was like sweating and like I was like,
and it would be like too much, and like, what does it all mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea, I hate to bring this up right now because I feel like maybe people are gonna hate this, but like a lot of people experiment.
Yeah, people experiment. That's where it's like, what if Taylor is straight, but what if she did experiment a little and feelings are confusing, and what if there's residual feelings of things that she wrote into some songs?
Yeah,
we don't know.
We don't know anything.
We don't know. There's so many possibilities. What else have I written down? The Friend of Dorothea mashup.
And that's one of those things where it's like, I hope to God she is queer, otherwise she's queerbaiting so hard and making people feel so crazy they're ripping their hair out.
Yeah, because that's not an accident.
Mm-hmm.
That was so intentional. It hurts my feelings because there is like queer history. Hairpin drop is like an actual thing from the Stonewall riots. Like,
if you search
Friend
it up,
of Dorothy is like a thing. Like, there is a lesbian bar here in Chicago called Dorothy for that very reason. Like, it actually fucking pisses me off when people are like, oh, you guys are making something out of nothing. Like, no,
that is such an intentional. And she said, like, I'm having so much fun creating these mashups for you guys.
Wasn't it Pride Month too?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe it was right after Pride Month.
It was around
she
that
didn't
era.
do anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a crazy mashup.
Have you seen all the stuff of people on like Gaylor Reddit were like, hey, Taylor, we're losing steam. Please touch your nose.
Yes, that was insane.
Wasn't that
Taylor
crazy?
is on stage for 3 hours. She's gonna have to touch her nose at some
Something
point.
about both of us were always like,
we're always touching our nose.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a comment that was like, I'm not even gonna say something offensive, but it's like, if you support this thing, touch your nose. And then they like, we're always touching our nose.
It's that stuff like that. I think we just are going
cult,
too
like,
far. Yeah,
it's almost like when people are having like a manic episode and they're getting like messages from God. That almost is how far it goes, where it feels like, no, Taylor is telling us something, guys. And it's like, I don't think she is. I'm so sorry.
And I don't think she's on the Gaylor Reddit
I don't
at
think
night.
Taylor is on Gaylor Reddit. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't think she is. I will say, though, remember when I was like, what is the thing I was going to say?
Oh my, this was so funny.
I freaked out because I couldn't remember.
This was one episode we were trying to like plan earlier. I don't even think we did a good job, but we're on the couch and she starts going, oh my God, I have to write something down. Oh my God, like yelling. I'm like, okay. So that's the reveal.
This is like that whole thing now where it's worked up and it's not that good.
Okay, that's fine. I do that like 10 times a day to you.
But what I was going to say is, oh, and this is on my whole rhetoric because people get so mad about like, guys, stop speculating about Taylor Swift. Stop talking about her. In Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, when she says, I am how I am because you trained me, that's how I feel as a Gaylor. I am being so fucking crazy and reading into your Easter eggs and the color of your dress and everything else because you made me this way. I don't feel bad for her. And on that topic, I've actually been really fascinated. I found this woman on TikTok who I think you've also seen. I don't remember her username, unfortunately, but she's a really smart like English teacher and she analyzes Taylor's lyrics. Yeah. And she recently did an analysis of, she's been doing like all of TTPD and she did one about guilty as sin. And one of her main like things is that Taylor is often talking about her relationship with the public and not with men. And I thought it was so fascinating that recently Taylor did a mashup of Guilty as Sin and Mirrorball. Because what the fuck do those two songs have in common other than it's actually about the audience? Because Mirrorball is like, hey guys, don't worry, I'm still on my fucking tiptoes spinning around shining just for you. And Guilty as Sin is like, am I allowed to cry? Everyone's saying I'm guilty as sin. I didn't even touch the man. Like, I don't know. I think it's fascinating.
Oh, I need to go binge that woman's videos.
Taylor Swift is not just mindlessly mashing up songs. There's intention.
Oh, and she said, like, I'm having so much fun thinking about what songs to give you guys together that tell a new story.
It was crazy, though, because at the show I went to, I actually got so pissed off because it was Pride Month, so I was like, this is a queer baiter on the stage in front of me. But she was like, before the secret song, when she's like building up your hype and you're like, what is it gonna be? She was like, yeah, I don't know, I just like kind of randomly pick surprise songs, and I was thinking like, Chicago, what's by Chicago? The Lakes. And everyone went, ah! Including me.
Yeah.
But I was like, girl, you're not just randomly thinking of a song.
That is beautiful, though. Chicago and the Lakes.
It was such
that makes
a
me
good
really
song.
happy. Yeah.
It was so good. Oh my god, I get so passionate about Taylor Swift. I can't lose steam. It's so exciting. Not only do I think this is one of the most slept on Taylor Swift songs of all time, I think it is one of my favorites. B, one of the most slept on Gaylor evidence pieces of all time.
Whoa.
Carolina. No one talks about Carolina.
What's gay about it for you?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
I would love to know.
I will never forget, because Carolina came out after Evermore, and Folklore Evermore to me were like, this is gay as fuck. And then that came out and I was like, oh, this woman is like gonna come out. Like I need to look up the lyrics though really quick.
We also have to get to the midnights of it all
I know.
Before ending.
We didn't even get to midnight.
Or TTPD.
Because the thing about Carolina is there are so many parallels to songs that everyone thinks are about Kaylor. So it's well, also, oh my god, this song, guys, I'm so passionate about it. I can make a whole episode just about this song.
And we could do that.
Carolina Creek's running through my veins. Lost I was born, lonesome I came, lonesome I'll always stay. Carolina knows why for years I roam, free as the birds, light as whispers. Carolina knows. And you didn't see me here. They never did see me here. And she's in my dreams. Into the mist, into the clouds. Don't leave. I make a fist, I'll make it count. There are places I will never ever go, and things that only Carolina will ever know.
That is strong Kaylor evidence.
And then the second verse is, I have insane goosebumps.
Goosies. Hey, goosies.
The second verse is insane. Carolina stains on the dress she left, indelible scars, pivotal marks, blue as the life she fled. Okay, what is that gold tattoo, you left your mark on me, dress, the parallels? Then it goes, Carolina pines, also in dress, the pining of it all. Carolina pines, won't you cover me, hide me like robes down the back road, muddy these webs we weave. And you didn't see me here. No, they never did see me. And she's in my dreams. And then the outro verse is, Carolina knows why for years they've said that I was guilty of sin and sleep in a liar's bed. But the sleep comes fast and I'll meet no ghosts. It's between me, the sand, and the sea. Carolina knows.
That's gorgeous.
Beautiful song.
Can you also discuss Ivy?
Oh my god. We all know Ivy's gay.
Well, you always say that, and I'm always scared to be like, in what way?
Wait, but can I get like, is that not insane, Carolina? That is so beautiful.
It's a beautiful song. I've never like
haunting.
really heard it.
The part, oh my god, the part where it's like the production is so fucking haunting, and the way she sings, they never did see me. Like you never saw me.
Was this for Where the Crawdads Sing?
Which is I think why people don't talk about it, because
totally
like, the
it's a
controversy around
beautiful
that.
song.
Beautiful song. And
when you read it to me like that, gay.
Right? I know. Maybe I made it gay. But I love the parallel to The Archer. They see right through me. They never did see me.
I love The Archer. The Archer's my top 5.
Me too. I love The Archer. But I understand how if you were a diehard Gaylor and still in the cult, you would be like, it almost feels like you're doing her a service is the problem. It's like she's begging to be seen. Don't worry. Like that's really how she makes us feel.
That's so true.
That is what it feels like. You're doing a good thing. Like guys, like
I see you when no one else does.
We see you. Like people talk to her on the Gaylor Reddit like this poor billionaire woman needs us to save her. It's absolutely insane, the mental gymnastics there, and what she's fucking done to us. I still blame her. Ivy, I don't know why. I just think this woman who's sitting around drinking her husband's wine, do you really think it was with the male neighbor next door and her husband didn't bat an eye? Or was it with her best friend who was the neighbor who she happened to fall deeply in love with, and he thinks that I'm his, but really, like, your ivy is all fucking over me and now I can't escape. And, like, I didn't want to be gay, but that shit just grew all over me and now I'm covered in it. And now I'm in love with a woman.
Beautiful.
And then she approved it for usage for the Emily Dickinson. And they played it right when the gay stuff was happening. And that could be, if she's, like, writing these imaginary worlds with these imaginary people and scenarios, why can't one of them be gay if she's such an ally?
I think she might be such an ally.
Even if she is, she could have had that in mind. We don't know. Taylor Swift loves cheating songs, so.
Oh, she really does.
Okay, let's go to Midnights.
Okay, here's the thing about Midnights is when everyone heard Question,
oh my god,
including you were like, this is the gayest song, and I was like, I don't get it, because also I felt like Question was a way Taylor and Matty communicated with each other, because he started playing Question at his like pre-show opening, like
when she started playing About You, and then she took it off after
the whole thing happened, and then he took Question off. And
they're so sneaky.
The show
two.
that he was out of hers, like, she plays Question. I just think that was maybe for him.
I think so too now, but it could be such good Kaylor evidence if you buy into the Kissgate, which we haven't even talked about Kissgate, and I think Kissgate has been fucking like beaten. Like,
well, Kissgate is the reason I was like, sometimes a girl kisses her friends.
Yeah, like, did they kiss? Yes, they were not whispering in each other's ears.
No, I believe they kissed.
Yeah, I believe they kissed too. It doesn't mean they were in love, but I mean, it's kind of silly she went home and liked a bunch of Kaylor stuff on Tumblr though that night, and she was so drunk, and there's pictures of Lily Aldridge having to like carry her out because she's so wasted. I love that girl.
I know,
especially in that era.
Yeah,
I feel like now I couldn't be her friend, but then I could have been her friend maybe,
when she was all about female friendship. That was like her whole yeah,
and she was a little less like bigger than life like she is now. I don't know, but yeah, Question could be really big for Kissgate. It's like one of those songs where you can just like really project a story onto it.
Yeah, because it's so vague.
Because
can I ask you a question?
But yesterday we were talking, it's so crazy how differently people can interpret things. Because for me, I was like, no, that's undeniably Gaylor because of politics and gender roles, and you're not sure, and I don't know, got swept away in the gray. And you were like, no, but Matty talks about feeling emasculated by her.
Like on many interviews,
and I'm like,
and he's always talking about politics, and he's always saying some weird,
and that's a point to you for me because you totally changed that now. But I think it could be interpreted
actually
both
that's
ways.
A point to the Swiftologist on YouTube.
True. Okay, fine.
A lot of me prepping for this was just watching a lot of Swiftologist.
Me prepping for this, I've been prepping for years.
You've been prepping like since 2016 for this.
Yeah. Like I didn't really have to write things. I only wrote things down so I had a little bit of direction. I've known all of this forever. Like, anyway.
Kaylor, I feel like I could have argued completely raw. I just, to argue hetlor or to argue like...
It's hard.
It's hard. That's why I needed so much...
Which is interesting that
it's
hard to argue hetlor. What else was I gonna say? Oh, okay. We're at Midnights. The coming out lore pre-Midnights was insane. I already talked about that. I was sick to my stomach.
Can I say something? Glossed over Lover. And the fact that she posted Me Out Now on Lesbian Visibility Day.
Which is weird, though, because I don't think she's a lesbian. So why did she do that to us?
I couldn't tell you why.
It was also insane how on Diana Agron's birthday, she posted a screenshot of her listening to Girl in Red when the whole giant inside joke on TikTok at the time was, do you listen to Girl in Red? AKA, are you a lesbian?
Yeah.
That was crazy of her.
I can't stop thinking about Me Out Now.
Me Out Now. That was so weird. And then she's like, we've been discussing and debating the whole things that make me me, like cats and gay pride, because you're like, okay, she's an ally, that's her personality. But to me, I'm like, okay, then you would say like equality or fighting for gay justice. I don't know, pride. Why are you a straight woman proud?
I think this was around the time that people were really getting on her for not being political, and she needed some socio-political cause to really put on her back,
That's
and that
true.
was like a really
the least
widely
controversial one. Yeah,
it's Love is Love is very non-controversial.
That's
honestly,
so true.
Amongst liberal people,
It's so annoying too.
Love is Love. Everyone's like, yes, like, you know.
So, and she's like, I'm a lover girl. Like, love is
Lover.
love.
Like, my album's about love, and like everyone loves each. You know, like,
I hate that.
it just that
Anything
makes you
else to
like
say
her
about
less.
Lover.
I don't know. I just had to say that.
Yeah.
And then Midnight's.
Okay, so I personally have a deep queer analysis of Maroon, and that's not to say that it's true. I think another huge thing we're forgetting is that, like, you can analyze any piece of media through a queer lens. That doesn't mean you're insisting that the author is queer.
I strongly
or wrote
believe
it
that.
to be interpreted that way. That's kind of the thing about art.
Yeah.
It's really fun. But to me, Maroon, I love the lyric, so Scarlet, it was Maroon. I think that's like
I think Maroon is a brilliant song.
It's such a beautiful fucking song. And my queer interpretation of that lyric specifically, I won't go into the whole song right now, is I was kind of saying this the other day when someone is so saturated in themselves, but to me it's like so scarlet, so red, which is a color that Taylor has historically used to represent like this like burning love. It's so that it almost becomes something entirely different. It's so saturated in itself that you have to give it a different name. And for me, when I started falling in love with women, it was like, this is so, I just got goosebumps.
You were the queen of goosies today.
For myself, it's so funny. It's like laughing at your own jokes, except worse somehow.
It's somehow like more pretentious. Like goosies are the pretentious.
I have to keep
Goosies again. Hey guys, goosies. Like, it's so funny.
That's so funny. It's like when I started falling in love with women, I was like, this is so love and so attraction that I've actually never experienced this before. I would have to give it a new name because my whole life with men, I called it like love and sex and whatever, and I was like, this is that on fucking steroids.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like so saturated in itself that it's like a dark red. Like that is how I would describe it. And like the mark on your collarbone, I get it could be a hickey or a lipstick mark from your scarlet maroon lips.
No, it's gorgeous. Stunning.
Anything for you?
No
about
notes.
Maroon?
For me, Maroon again.
It's a Matty song.
My projection. Like I'm fully
Me too, though.
Happens to be a straight projection, but like I loved how it was like it wasn't even red. It was darker than red. Like there was something so sinister about it because I think sometimes I think during her red era it was like an older guy who she thought was like pretentious and annoying, whatever. Sometimes the breakups that are even harder are with the good guy. It's like darker, it's more sinister because you're like, I can't even hate you. Like it's so much darker than just like heated red passion because it's like you were supposed to be my daylight. And it's so much darker because it was supposed to be good. Like you were supposed to be good.
No one teaches you what to do when a good man hurts you.
Yeah.
And you know you hurt him too.
Yeah, that's how it made me feel. But
true.
I'm one of those annoying people that's like, oh, like the scarlet lips, like she got her lipstick on him. So I know that's annoying. I recognize when I say that is annoying.
No, it's not annoying. I also though fell for the whole thing that was like, how did we get so drunk? Your roommate's cheap ass rosé said in like a jestful tone because they were when has Taylor Swift had a roommate other than when Carly allegedly lived with her and had a room in her house?
I always thought that Joe had a roommate and Joe had a cheap ass roommate.
And she loves to point out how he's broke.
Something about Joe is like we know a song is about him. If she's like cheap, broke, I paid for your
Other
car,
people
your
have
shoes.
Jaguars.
Like Carly had money.
That's true. That's so true. They wouldn't be drinking cheap wine. That's true.
Carly would never let Taylor drink cheap wine.
No, Carly is classy.
Yeah.
Okay, well this is something we both agree on. Hits different.
Yes. Yeah.
I was talking about Hits Different.
I'm doing a horrible job of holding up my end of the debate. Like I'm
sorry, I'm just like talking at you. I'm like this is like I could talk forever.
No, I love it. That's why we wanted to do this episode.
I'm almost done, guys, I swear. Well, I could talk forever, but I'll wrap it up soon, but I have to get this out.
Can I put like my legs under your legs because they're really
You're freezing.
cold?
I feel your cold from me. Yeah, please do.
Oh, thank you.
Is that good?
That's so I have been like inching towards you, but I just wanted to acknowledge.
Is that why you're okay? Yeah. Good. Is that why you're so cold? Okay. Personally, in my personal life lately, Hits Different is kind of my song because my sadness is contagious, and I do leave the bar crying every single night.
You have been like, that's so me.
It's so me. But then when I was repeating it to you, you were like, wait, that's so Gaylor, because I was like, slur your name till someone puts me in a car. I stopped receiving invitations. And I was like, that's so me, because I did famously stop getting invited to things because I've been leaving every party crying lately. And
Not my things.
no,
I'm invited.
different set of
Yeah.
gay friends. But imagine slurring Carly. And
That's
they're
what
like,
I
oh,
said,
she needs
yeah.
a car. Guys, she wants a car.
No, and there's an interview. I sound crazy. There's an interview of Carly being like, oh, a lot of my friends call me Car.
Yes.
So imagine she was like, car, and people are like, oh yeah, let's get her
She
her
wants
car.
to go home.
Yeah.
She wants her car.
That one to me is like top 3 evidence. I don't know.
No, it's huge, but also, oh my God, the whole...
My other top 3 evidence is, what's the song where she literally rhymes something and it's supposed to rhyme with her and then it goes, you.
I hate
What
that
song?
song.
At the very first night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sing it. Can you sing it, please?
No one knows how much I miss you.
And it just doesn't work with the
And
rhyme
how
scheme.
come, if it was just like some weird thing she's doing, how come in both verses she's using words that end with like picture?
She also could do like, miss ya.
Yeah, she could have tried. It was intentional.
You. Like
That is just so fucking annoying to me. I hate that song and I listen to it all the time.
I think that's like her sense of humor though. Like she loves
her sense of humor, because it's like a false drop. Like you're waiting for the rhyming her, and then she says you.
And she would put like a little musical inside joke in. Like
she
would.
loves an inside joke. Taylor.
Can I do another one in Lover?
And I haven't. Is it the same one as me?
We're
sitting.
Yeah.
We're so
synced up in Lover. How did we do that?
I don't know.
So I love when sometimes we don't have to communicate.
It's
We
like
can
this.
just like,
Yeah.
like I'm sure they do that too. Yeah. But she sings, you save all your dirtiest jokes for me, and at every table I'll save you a seat. Lover.
You can sit on my face anytime, girl.
That's what that is.
That is so fucking. And she would write that and go, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the man would otherwise be singing, and at every table I'll save you a seat.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that she's singing it
Right.
is, yeah.
Gay. Just like if a man, if I was like, my boyfriend wore me like a necklace, that's straight. But if I wore someone like a necklace, that's kind of gay. I've never personally worn a man like a necklace personally.
Actually, neither have I.
What was I gonna say? I think I was gonna say something. It's different. Oh my God. And I can still melt your world. Argumentative, antithetical dream girl. Here's what I've been thinking. Number 1. 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Number 1. I'm almost done.
No, it's so fun. The first thing.
Also, this episode, my voice has never been so loud until this episode.
Okay, so something about the behind the scenes, breaking the fourth wall. We're always looking right here at like both of our voices, and mine is always so huge, and Madeline's is like, and it's like little. And I'm always like, hey, can you stop flopping your mic around all over the place?
I've gotten better. I used to always be like this, and now I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm better. I forget that we're potting.
While you were saying that, you had your mic so far away they didn't. Okay, but I have always been like, can you please speak louder? Please speak louder, because in post we have to like pull her up all the way.
And even when I'm like in improv and stuff, they're like, can you please speak up? I have a soft voice.
Sometimes we're editing and she's like, can I say something? It's like, it's not ASMR.
Yeah.
And it would be fine if it was just you, but the fact that I'm yelling right after you, because it'll be like, can I say something? And we'd be like, yeah!
We can't turn the whole thing up, because then yours is like busting out of the headphones.
Yeah. Okay, we're at an hour 30. You have to
Anyway, okay. So anyway, I've never been so passionate about something is the moral of that. But argumentative, antithetical dream girl number 1. Taylor Swift famously consistently refers to herself as, I'm a mirror ball. I'll be whatever you
pathological
want.
people pleaser.
Like, I have no sense of self, guys. Help me. No one sees me. I don't even see me. I see you right through me.
Mm-hmm.
She would not describe herself as argumentative. Number 2. Oh, yes.
Do you think like every now and then she gets drunk and she's like arguing?
Maybe.
Because I think you're a people pleaser, and
That's true. I'm also argumentative. Real.
with certain people.
Not what
with
I
me.
thought of.
With me, you're like the least argumentative person ever.
Yeah, I always let you win because I love you so much. But what I just thought of was Gold Rush. God, this is so annoying. Like,
Rose blush, and like Carly famously wore the rose color.
Yeah, but also when she's fantasizing about at dinner parties, I'll call you out on your contrarian shit.
That's so Matty to me.
That's true. See, you just did it to me.
Matty is so contrarian.
But whoever is being called out in their contrarian shit could also be an argumentative, antithetical dream girl to me.
I don't think Carly is.
What must it be like to grow up that beautiful with your hair falling into place like dominoes? Would you describe Matty as that? Personally, to me, I would not.
This was the era, like, remember Matty had that long curly hair?
Ew.
And I'm not attracted to Matty, so this is hard for me as well.
But someone might be.
She was so into him. There was like videos of them where she's like really trying to like lean.
Ew.
And, like, she was so attracted to that man. She was guilty as
She was guilty as
That
sin.
is the loudest I've ever seen your volume.
I can't stop. What? Something happened in my mic, I think. I've been really loud today. It's starting to freak me out.
I turned up the gain. I can turn it back down.
Oh, that's what it is. Look, I need to stop looking. Okay.
You're like making shapes with the voice.
I know. Whoa.
We
Anyway,
don't have a producer, famously.
if you couldn't tell. Number 2 about that is because when we were talking about this, you were like, okay, but maybe that was her referring to herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like love. That would make sense if it was the end of the song. Like signing off, argumentative, antithetical dream girl. But then she goes on to say, argumentative, antithetical dream girl, is that your key in the door? Or have they come to take me away? Like, it would make sense at the end of the song.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense like that. That was a weird line. And then when she sang that song during Pride Month and at the end went, whoa! Why did she do
That's not Gaylor evidence. That's just like
Really? Because Gaylor Reddit would say otherwise. People talked about that for months.
really.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we're so happy for her. She finally got to sing about a girl in public, and that's why she had to make that noise after, because she was so excited.
Guys.
Guys. Anyway, I have one more thing, and then I swear I'll leave you guys alone.
Can I give you my last thing? Because I want to end on your note.
Yeah.
My closing argument was going to be another comment, not my own, of a comment left on Swiftologist.
Ooh, okay.
I had to really do a lot of plagiarizing here because I really think I'm on your side ultimately.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a comment also off Swiftologist. Okay. The non-falsifiable logic of, I won't believe what they're saying until it's like my perfect desired phrasing,
Mm-hmm.
but also if they ever do say it, they'll probably, okay, this is a bad comment, right?
What
they're
if
probably
watching?
they're probably lying or saying against their will is just exhausting, and every high school kid trying to blend in until they're ready on their own terms worst nightmare. We have seen this with every major teen-focused celebrity in the last decade with disastrous results for the subjects every time. Analyze and interpret art through the lenses that resonate with you, but good lord, you can do that with firmly rooted in reality. It doesn't have to be like this.
I agree.
I think that's a bit harsh, but
No,
I agree with
completely agree. That's where the whole speculation is like, okay, speculate without harassing someone about your speculation. That's not the same thing.
And starting
agree.
huge fight in TikTok comments. Like, people go back and forth with each other for days.
Weeks. It's been weeks under my post. People are still talking to each other. Oh my God, you guys get a room. Like, it's crazy.
And, like, you guys need to, like, go and find community in real life. Unfortunately, I hate to say it.
Yes. And the thing that comment is missing is the community of it all. And, like, I have never felt more comfortable than when I go to a party and there's a Gaylor and I have something to talk to them about. Like, it's not hurting Taylor. Sure, if you're harassing her and following her to Jack Antonoff's wedding, get a life.
Yeah. Harassing anyone, even harassing other Gaylors or other non-Gaylors online.
That's also
the
weird.
second anyone's harassing anyone, like, let's draw a line in the sand. Yeah.
One thing about Kiss, we hate harassment. Okay, my last
Now let's end on
thing-
your last thing.
Well, okay, so I guess this chronologically makes sense because what's her last album? TTPD.
mm-hmm.
A lot of those songs can be made about Matty, so I'm not even gonna fucking go there.
You should if you want to.
Well, the one I will do is Cassandra. That song is a little gay to me. Specifically the line, "Blood's thick, but nothing like a blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll."
mm-hmm.
What the fuck does that mean? To me, bet they never spared a prayer for my soul. Like,
I think that's, like, about her family.
yeah, but is it her family, like, making money? Oh, well, let's not forget the first line. The family, the pure greed, the Christian chorus line. All said nothing, blood's thick, nothing like a payroll. What if it's like her dad in the documentary where he's like, you can't say that you support the liberals. We're gonna lose the Republicans. And she's like, blood's thick but nothing like a payroll. This man is just, I'm a cash cow to him.
But that's not even Gaylor evident. That's like
Yeah,
politics, maybe.
that's true.
I don't
That's
love when
true.
people are like, oh my god, her dad is keeping her from coming out of the closet. Like,
I know.
that is a grown woman performing vigilante shit night after night.
I don't know. I've really fallen for the Scott Swift slander because of fucking Reddit. And
Oh, that poor man.
I know. They hate him. But to me, what is Robin about? I need people to comment. I do not understand Robin. It's the one song on the Tortured Poets Department I don't get.
We didn't get it from the beginning too. The first time we heard it, we were like, huh.
Because to me, it's either her talking about, like, how sweet it is for people to, like, preserve this innocent world for children, or it's this very sarcastic song where you have to walk on eggshells around a fucking grown-up, where it's like, you go, tiger, you look like a fucking idiot, but yeah, you do that, you know?
I kind of thought about like Matty probably having like tantrums he was throwing.
Oh my god, I hate Matty.
Yeah, even okay, we
Interesting.
didn't touch this, but a lot of people's arguments are which song is this in? Of like a world I could keep you safe and like a world I create. Is this down bad?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, that's like a place where it's safe to be gay. I think that might be about drug abuse.
No one said that before. It could also be like being high. You think Taylor Swift's ever done drugs?
I absolutely.
Yeah, she's smoking weed.
Lavender haze.
Also, like, honestly, Happiness, which is like one of those songs to me I personally can't listen to because I will have a panic attack because it hurts me so bad. But when I'm above the trees, I see it for what it is. Me every night in my room when the edibles kicking in, and I'm like, oh, I see it now.
That's
you
so
know?
funny. I've never thought about that.
That's how I always think of it.
I don't think about her doing drugs, but she's definitely done them.
Yeah. Wait, say more about the down bad. I don't get it. Like, a world
What
where.
line is it? Do you know the sentence
Yes, I know
I'm talking
exactly
about?
what you're saying. It's when she says,
Here's what's happening. Can I be really honest with you for a second? You know when the hunger hits me?
me too.
And
Well,
then
one thing about Maul, I'm like kind of like, I can
power through it.
through. When Maul gets even the tinge of hunger, it's done. She's like, you have 20 minutes to get something in my stomach or I'm gonna freak out.
I'm like that with sleep as well. When
I've
any
never
like
seen you like that with sleep. Have I? I guess yesterday you looked at the time and you said, gotta go. I was like, okay.
wasn't it immediate? It
Yeah.
was instantaneous.
You were like, Annie, call the car. I was like, oh my god. Okay.
I really am like that. Okay, wait. Oh,
Did you really beam me up?
I'll build you a fort on some planet where they can all understand it. A lot of people are like, that's so gay. Like a place where it's safe to be gay and everyone gets
I think
it.
famously that was my TikTok. I said that, yeah.
Sorry.
I actually made that
I am
one.
a super fan, but I missed that one. I think that one is, maybe I saved it. Like, I didn't save anything else, but I saved this. I think that is about how, like, he relapsed and, like, drug abuse. And I think, you know how people were really going on him, and I'm sure, like, maybe her family
where
was
they
like,
can all understand it.
where everyone can understand addiction and how hard that must be.
Ooh, that's fascinating.
That's what I thought. The first time I heard it, that's what I thought. But that,
wow.
here are all my thoughts. I'm so sorry the hunger hit me. But okay, I'll be honest, it hit me like 20 minutes ago, and I kept my cool.
Good job. I could tell because I'm getting more wired up, and you were like slinking down into your seat.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
okay.
I'll say something else, which is that I don't do it if I'm not comfortable with someone. I power through the hunger, but like I don't power through if I'm comfortable.
And you shouldn't have to. We're gonna go get you fed. And I just have to say one more thing. It's a short thing. It's a silly.
No,
thing.
you can go. Now that I actually sat up, I'm feeling better.
Good. Yeah, I was like, girl, sit up. It's so funny because like do you ever read comments about yourself? Like, you know, when people talk about you in your own comment section?
When they use like she, her, like when they're like, oh, she obviously did it. I'm like, guys, I'm getting the
this.
notification.
Yeah, like it's me. Or when they tag their friend, they're like, I hate her. I'm like, send it in the DMs. That's so
Or when they
mean.
think they're sending in a DM, but they accidentally send me the DM of my own post with me. Hey guys.
Personally, that's never happened to me, but that sounds awful. But again, famously, I don't check my DMs, so like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I love when people like have discourse about whether or not I'm a Gaylor in my own comment section. And once someone was like, I didn't know you were a Gaylor, and someone responded, yeah, she's the one that started the whole thing that's like fingers deep in your ex-wife. And famously, I did say thick as thieves with your ex-wife. I got so many hate comments that I had to delete it, but my legacy lives on. My legacy on the Gaylor Reddit lives on.
This one person remembered.
But apparently they can't be alone. Because they're like started it. So apparently this is now a piece of Gaylor evidence that she could have been insinuating. Picture me fingers deep in your ex-wife. She wasn't, guys. I just said that.
You misheard.
And I started discourse. But it was
Good
me.
for you.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm on the couch with a girl who started that. That's
Can I
huge.
say one more thing? I'll never forget after I made this is, guys, I've never told anyone this. This is like trauma to me. After I made the Matty Healy video where I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I hate Matty Healy. He's a piece of shit. My fucking Eras show was like a week after that. And it was so sad because I was so excited. And every time I posted, people were like, this dumb, ugly bitch doesn't deserve the tickets. She hates Taylor. Like, people were so mad I was going to Eras, but I wanted to post about it so bad. And I loved my Ivy outfit so much. And everyone was being so mean to me. And then I got there and Taylor gave this very like passive aggressive fucking speech about pride, because I was like, yeah, honestly, fuck Taylor. She doesn't even ever speak about anything political. She's like so annoying. She was like, yeah, this is why I always talk about gay rights and voting. And she was so pissed, and I was like, she hates me. And I was so close up in my little Ivy outfit, and I was like, Taylor. She wouldn't look at me once. And I was like, Taylor Swift personally hates me. Does she? Probably not. But when I first heard But Daddy I Love Him, I was like, she hates me. This is about me. Taylor
It's
Swift
your
actually,
soliloquies.
that could be the other title of this song. What is happening?
You've been real everyday Madeline's like, we should start a band. Girl, I don't sing.
Well, you
and we have a pod. Like,
I know. Can we just like start with the pod?
I said let's do one thing at a time. Let's do the pod. If the pod ends up people hate us, we move to a band.
That's true. The title of this episode could be Taylor Swift wrote a song about me. Taylor Swift wrote a diss track about me. But Daddy I Love Him is about me, guys. Like, it is about me. I'm sorry.
I really think it's about the people who were like, we need to put her in a conservatorship.
And there was like the Speak Now petition.
That was crazy.
You're right. Maybe my video wasn't the straw that broke the camel's
I think
back.
you're okay.
Okay, phew. Taylor, if you're watching, like, please, I love you so much. You mean so much to me. Forgive me. BOD.
I think Taylor would get BOD. No, she
wouldn't. Taylor, one thing about Taylor, she's never giving BOD. She's like a one and done. She's never let go of a grudge in her life.
But I respect that. I don't think Taylor and I would like need to be friends because I respect her so much for her. She stands 10 toes down.
It just sucks I'll never be at a secret session.
I'm
27. They're for kids. Like, I'm never gonna get the 22 hat. Fuck.
She stands 10 toes down in her little she has
Stilettos.
gay pride as an ally sort of thing.
Whatever. That's all. I think I actually just got out everything. So now I know for future reference, it takes 1 hour and 43 minutes for me to get out all my Taylor stuff.
Well, I talked for some of that. I think you could do it in like an hour 30.
I held some in.
Why'd you lie earlier? You lied 30 seconds ago.
Well, I could expand more. I'm concise because I care about you kissers and your precious time.
Okay, should we end with your top 3 most compelling pieces of Gaylor evidence and then my top 3 most compelling?
Sure.
Because I think yours might be the Jack interview.
Well, you've kind of talked me out of it, so I don't know anymore.
No, I want you to go with your gut. Like,
my gut used to be...
Like, if someone said you have 3 sentences to convince me of Gaylor.
I mean, honestly, like, the gay pride thing in the Me documentary is pretty gay.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Wonderland going along with the tattoo removal is pretty gay to me. Like, the curious, two in love, just think straight thing, kind of gay. And maybe, like, just the general, the Daisy and her being tagged and, like, Olive Kaylor. I don't know. It's hard to pick. I'm wearing my Big Sur shirt if you're watching, by the way.
And if you're listening, you should know that.
And now
us.
you do know.
Okay, I think my top 3 are, the Daisy, all that, the hairpin drop.
Oh my god, duh. The hairpin drop.
And then when she's like, here's what makes me me. Gay pride.
Rainbows.
Yeah.
And cats.
Cats
okay.
and like Western cowboy boots.
And like the scissor necklace. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, scissor necklace is huge for me as well.
Also, I keep forgetting. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. My brain isn't working right. Wait, I have to say this last thing. It's gonna kill me, but I don't know what it is.
When did it strike you?
When you were saying something.
You should just interrupt me like I do
What
to
are
you.
What were you just saying? You were like, my pieces were
My top 3: gay pride, Kaylor, Daisy, scissoring.
whatever. I don't know anymore.
The Jack video?
No.
Was it the Daisy? Was it the Big Sur trip? Was it?
Daisy, big. Doesn't matter. Oh, right where you left me. Oh! I got it. When Right Where You Left Me came out and everyone's like, guys, here is the queer history about this statement, hairpin drop.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor is so chronically online, especially on TikTok at that time. She definitely saw that. And then she said, and I'll double down. And then she put out fucking Midnights and said, if your fingers on my hairpin trigger.
Yeah, okay, full Gaylor.
That's queer baiting, if anything.
Yeah, she doubled down on hairpin.
She doubled down on hairpin drop.
I think that's my number one piece of evidence.
Mm-hmm. Friend of Dorothea is also really up there.
Oh, that's so
what
true.
the fuck is
there's
that?
so much.
There's
Anytime you
so
go through it,
many.
you're like, wait a minute.
This is, yeah. I don't know how anyone could be a full-blown hetlor. Like, she's never intentionally done any of this.
Well, I think you can be a hetlor, but then you have to admit she's queerbaiting.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Right?
Exactly.
And I think that's an uncomfortable thing to sit in. Like, oh, my favorite artist is, like, really just, like, profiting off us and
queer
our
community.
fandom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what's the moral of this episode?
The moral is...
You can be friends with people with differing opinions.
We kind of have a lot of the same opinions, though.
That's true.
But you can have, like, a friendly little, silly little debate.
Mm-hmm.
And the other moral is that maybe we should start eating before we film episodes.
But then we get sleepy.
So, yeah, I'd rather battle hunger over sleep.
Oh, I'm so opposite. Maybe you eat, I won't.
Okay. But I love when we go eat together. Okay,
This was
we
fun.
need to wrap
This
it
was
up.
fun, guys. Thanks for listening.
This was almost 2 hours.
I fear it's gonna be a 2-parter.
No, we have to get it all out at
Really?
once. True.
We just found
We
it.
should milk 2 weeks out of it, probably.
Totally, guys. We're about to milk you like your favorite artist.
Okay.
Love
1,